Party anti-women. Well, that's what some Democrats say, but a group of women freshman House members have a very different idea, and one of them is South Dakota Congresswoman Kristi Noem. She is here to join us. Nice to see you, Congresswoman.
Yeah, good to see you too, Greta.
All right, so what's the story? Is the GOP anti-women?
No, in fact, we're very pro-woman and pro-man. We care about the same things that every other woman in this country cares about. They want jobs. They want jobs so that they can take care of their families.
All right, within the last few hours, you gave a speech on the floor about the GOP and women. Why did you do that?
Well, we wanted to push back a little bit on what the Democratic Party has been saying. They've been saying that we're anti-women as Republican Party, that we've stood up and that we have not taken on the issues that women care about. And so we wanted to push back on that and show, maybe they're concerned because we won the women's vote in the last election and they're trying to get it back and spread some untruths about us. So, we care about the issues that all women care about, and that is about this economy, our children's future, and making sure that we have policies that are good for our country.
Why do you think some think that the GOP has traditionally been, and not made anti-women, is a little bit too strong, but not the party for women? Is it the abortion issue, which has typically been an issue for the Democratic Party?
I think there's been a lot of spin in the past, and a lot of times the women that were speaking out like to spin the facts to make it seem like we were anti-women, when the Republican Party has always stood up for men and women and equal opportunity and the fact that we all care about the great things in this country. So perhaps that's it, that we've let them spin this for too long and now we're finally pushing back.
I once interviewed Lynn Cheney, which, when she was married to, when her husband was the vice president. She'd been a colleague of mine years ago at another network. But we went through a list, and I said, "Are you for equal wages?" Equal wages. Went through a long list, and I said at the end, "Well, so are you a feminist?" Mm-hmm. And she stopped and she said, she said, "That word's been hijacked by the left." Are you a feminist? What is a feminist?
I would never call myself a feminist.
Why not?
I don't think that I'm not. I don't really know what that word means anymore. It has been hijacked by different sides, and to different people, it means different things. Now, for me, I grew up on a farm and a ranch, and I did everything that the guys did. I did the same jobs that they did. I had the same opportunities that they did. They could drive the tractors and semis. I drove them too. So I never really saw a difference in men and women growing up throughout my life in South Dakota. So I don't understand why all of a sudden when you get into politics there's this big separation and everyone's trying to declare themselves a feminist. We're all pro-women and we all want the same opportunities the men have, and we can have them if we go after them.
Are there issues that women care about differently? I mean, are more or less than the men?
Well, I just think it's good for us to have to reflect the population in this country. So, there's a different perspective that women can bring. When you talk about having the issues, we probably feel things a little bit deeper that we have more experience with. I think everybody would say that. Your life experiences make you who you are. So we can speak a lot deeper into women's health care. We can speak a lot deeper into, fighting for that fair wage. We can give a different perspective that maybe hasn't been there in the past. So that's critically important. But as far as caring about issues, at the end of the day, we all grew up wanting opportunities. And we wanted this country to stay the great country it was when we grew up, and that's what we're fighting for.
So who got the women's vote in the last presidential election? Was that the Democrats or the Republicans?
Well, I believe the Democrats did then, but this last election, the Republicans got the women's vote. And I think that's
in the midterm.
Yes, I think that's why we're seeing some pushback on a lot of this, is because we've seen that they've gotten concerned, that women really recognize, at home, a lot of women are the ones who pay the bills, they balance the checkbooks, they recognize you can't continue to spend money you don't have, and a lot of that resonates with the women back home, and that's why they identified with the Republican Party.
Is there a strategy now? I mean, I know that the nine of you freshman women seem to be out there talking about it. Is there a strategy to sort of full speed ahead? Let's go get the women's vote and let's basically steal it from the Democrats?
Well, I think that what we're going to do is we're going to go after every vote, because this next election, every vote is going to be critical. But we're definitely out there and being active. We're not going to sit in the background and not partake in a lot of the discussion that's happening. Actually, Kathy McMorris Rogers is the one who's organized a lot of these with our Republican women getting us together, and we did a special order on the House floor tonight talking about what a Republican woman is. Hopefully that a lot of people across the country will watch that and really see that we represent the population and what they want to accomplish. It's a good thing, and we've gotten really organized in making sure that our voice is going to be out there.
Well, Cousin, we'll be watching, and it's going to be an interesting political season. That's next. Very interesting, to say the least. Nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Straight ahead, is he in or is he out? Senator John McCain